Shalom and blessings, brothers and sisters, warriors of Yahuwah and the truth. I am going to be continuing on with our lesson on Fall of Babel at the End of Days by Lou White. Oh God, I had a drink. Who are the Natsarim? The word Natsarim is used in the prophecy at Yirmiyahu or Jeremiah 31:6, mentioned us crying out on the hills of Ephraim. In that verse, most translate the word Natsarim as watchmen in English. In some contexts, Natsarim means branches. At Yehukanan 15:5, Yahusha told us, I am the vine, you are the Natsarim. Jerome, Sophronius Eusebius Hieronymus acknowledged the existence of the Natsarim and had contact with one of them who validated the meaning of he shall be called a Natsari from Matthew 2:23. The Natsari who spoke with Sophronius, or aka Jerome, was quoting from a text he referred to as the Apocryphon of Yirmiyahu or Jeremiah. The quote from Jerome attests that Natsarim actually existed during the 4th century, and that there may still be lost scrolls yet to be discovered, such as the one Jerome described. Recently, I read in a certain Hebrew book that a Hebrew from the Natsarim sect brought to me the Apocryphon of Yirmiyahu, in which I found this text written word for word. Lou found this text. Jerome commentary on Matthew 2:23. That Hebrew from the sect of the Natsarim was certainly aware of Yirmiyahu 31:6. In the last days, during the great distress, we will have a literal glow about us when the sun grows dark and the moon glows blood red. People will be howling in all the lands. The powers or authorities of the heavens will be shaken because there will be a changing of the guard taking place. And all the distresses unleashed are referred to as birth pangs. The powers currently having sovereignty over the earth will be shaken from their moorings when the children of Yahuwah are revealed. The universe groans in expectation of our birth. We have been begotten from above, but our actual birth will occur at the return of our Creator Yahuwah, Yahusha HaMashiach, after the distress of those days. Matthew 24:29-31. The truth about the Natsarim. Ew, Bella. Yuck. Okay. We were given the commission to teach all nations to obey all that we were commanded to obey. We occupy our posts, protecting that we were commissioned to cherish what we were commissioned to cherish. The thing we guard is not only discarded as rubbish by most, but it is the reason we are so despised. The term for us is commonly misspelled Nazarenes. We are a sect named after the original followers of Yahusha of Nazareth. See Acts 24:5. Yahusha chose certain people over the centuries and circumcised their hearts, minds, thoughts with a love for his Torah, which is a renewal of his covenant through belief in his shed blood. By accepting the offering of himself for the remission of our crimes, our hearts are sprinkled and redeemed completely. Our hearts are sprinkled and redeemed completely once for all. We are guardians, and Natsarim literally translates as watchmen, guardians, protectors. The meaning of Natsarim. It also means branches, as in offspring or descendants. The idea of branches being offspring or descendants indicates that we are continuing contact with the root of the vine. So we live in the teachings that provide the nourishing life the root provides. That life is Torah, the covenant, which Yahusha HaMashiach brings to us, since he is the living word made in human form. His presence within us enables us to walk in the Spirit, breath, having his perspective instead of that of our earthly mindset. Our earthly mindset does not submit to his Torah, nor can it. We are referred to as first fruits, having been sealed with the Father's name, Yahuwah, in our foreheads. Our obedience is evidence of our belief. Goyim are grafted into the commonwealth of Israel, or Yasharah, through the covenant, Ephesians 2:8-13. Our obedience perfects our belief, and our belief is given to us by the indwelling Ruach of Yahusha. Words can be explained and believed in the mind of the hearer, but without action, which is obedience, the words and belief are dead. There is no profit in them. Turned aside to myths, not bearing sound doctrine. Teachers increase chaos. 2 Timothy 4:1-6 and Malachi 4:1-6. Our continual opponent, the dragon. Learn what the early church fathers said about the original followers of Yahusha. The dragon's religious architecture of rebellion became an institution of deceit. The Magisterium, the catechetical school of Alexandria, Egypt, and the fathers who were trained and taught there, developed what ultimately became the multi-headed beast Christianity, and later Roman Catholic Magisterium, Latin for teaching authority. They often use the Greek word for teaching authority, didascalia. The writings of these early teachers are heralded in all seminaries as Christendom. They were sainted by their successors. The disaster called the Council of Nicaea divided Christianity or Christian history into 2 parts. Pre-Nicene father and post-Nicene fathers. What these early church fathers of Alexandria wrote about a sect, the Natsarim, may be of interest to those who want to trace back to the roots of their beliefs. Many of these early Christians were former sun worshippers that adopted a belief in Mashiach, Messiah of Yasharah, Yahusha. Research the etymology of the word Cretan by Googling the words fossilized customs Cretan. When you learn how the word Christianos became altered, you will want to be Natsarim. The catechetical school headmasters worked predominantly with Greek texts, yet from reading their letters, we quickly discern that they despised the Natsarim, whose existence seemed to threaten their teachings. Sorry, I'm hot. But it's only 9 degrees here today. Okay, here we go. The catechetical school's headmasters worked predominantly with Greek texts, yet from reading their letters we could quickly discern that they despised the Natsarim, whose existence seemed to threaten their teachings. The catechetical school headmasters worked predominantly with Greek texts. Okay, I read that part. And the Natsarim's existence threatened their teachings, the Christians' teachings, or the ones who were writing in Greek, pretty much. Jesuit Illuminati, catechetical school headmasters. That's who it was. One of these church fathers indicated that these Natsarim possessed the Hebrew writings of Matthew, stating that they were in Hebrew letters as they had been originally written. These facts are more to follow, clearly contradict what many people today have been led to believe about original followers of Yahusha. Due to the church fathers, the Hebrew roots of the faith were suppressed, and only the Greek roots were developed. The 2 most uniform traits into self-castration and authoritarian control. The The two most uniform traits among all the church fathers was their condemnation of the Natsarim and their rabid anti-Semitism. They were heavily into self-castration and authoritarian control. Later in their development, they imposed celibacy on their upper-level members, along with other doctrines of demons, Paul writes about at 1 Timothy 4. And this is a picture, it looks like, of men castrated on the ground. Origen of Alexandria. Origen of Alexandria taught at the Catechetical School of Alexandria. He took over after Clement as headmaster. Self-castrated and a vegetarian like Clement, Origen lived from 185 to 254 CE. Tertullian and Irenaeus were contemporaries of Origen. All these men were classically trained in paganism, and much error was adopted. Modern seminaries, seed plots, promote the teachings of the church fathers, the Greek and Egyptian men that sought to eliminate the former Natsarim. The Natsarim were spoken against by those in authority in the days of Paul, and we think it right to hear from you what you think. For indeed, concerning this sect, we know that it is spoken against everywhere. Acts 28:22. This sect, the Natsarim, was suppressed by the early church fathers and by the developing hierarchy at the earliest formal school of Christianity at Alexandria, Egypt. Now, I remember when I was pregnant with my last child, which the system took away from me as well. But I was talking to them before I knew about Natsarim. I was looking at the list of different religious groups, and I was like, what's Natsarim? And the woman said to me, I don't know what it is, she said, but I think that if you're Natsarim, you never get your kids back. And that, now that I know what Natsarim is, that really, and that I'm a Natsarim myself, that really shakes me, because if they're trying to hurt Natsarim through their children. But as long as you're sober and everything, all your ducks are in a row, your kids will be fine. But I just thought I would bring it up while we're talking about Natsarim, because the head of the beast system, they hate anything that's good. They despise what they don't understand. They don't understand why we don't want to celebrate these pagan holidays. Most of them don't even know that the holidays are pagan. And that's part of the reason why I made this channel. It's because I wanted to spread the word. Okay, and I will continue here. The Catechetical School of Alexandria. Founded 190 CE by Headmaster Pantaenus of Alexandria, the term by which the early followers of Yahusha of Nazareth were called is found at Acts 24:5. Misspelled Nazarenes. The reason they were so despised by everyone is simple to understand. This entire planet is under the influence of a supremely dark force that has been in charge over mankind for the last 6,000 plus years. Since Adam and Kua lost sovereignty over Earth, this dark force is called the dragon, and we see in the following verse 2 reasons for the dragon's hatred of the Natsarim. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commandments of Elohim and possessing the witness of Yahusha Mashiach. Revelation 12:17. If we are witnesses of Yahusha, are we to use another name to identify our coming Redeemer or Redeemer other than his real and only name? Now that's important. I'm going to reread that. If we are witnesses of Yahusha, Are we to use another name to identify our coming Redeemer, other than his real and only name? Just like I explained before. If your name's Ava in Spain, your name's still going to be translated Ava here. It doesn't need a translation if it's a name. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a king, a queen, your name doesn't get transliterated. It stays the same. Whatever language your name is, it stays the same. So it would go to show you that the same thing would be for our deliverer and savior, Yahusha. His name wouldn't change in whatever language you try to translate it into. It gets me going. I'm sorry. Oh, now my space is running low again. So I'm going to have to cut this video short. But I will try to read the rest of the Catechetical School of Alexandria. Okay. If we are witnesses of Yahusha, are we to use another... Okay, I read that. Are we to prove we are believers in Yahusha by saying we trust in his blood for our deliverance from sin while practicing sin constantly to show just how much we believe it? Can we be so confused that we believe the pastors who tell us Yahusha loves to see us doing nothing he lived by and taught his first Natsarim? It would be far easier to turn away from the liars and just obey the commandments, would it not? Genocide symbol, letter N in Arabic, right here. Christian genocide symbolized by one letter. This part's short, so I'll be able to get through this, I think, before my thing cuts me off. Okay, the letter N in Arabic was marked on a home or business, refers to Nasara or Nasara, their phonetic form for Natsarim. The symbol or mark being seen all around the internet represents a symbol of hate for Natsarim, implemented by ISIS. ISIS, ISIS. It so happens that the Arabic letter N takes on the appearance of a crescent and star, a symbol Islam adopted from the Hindu symbol of Shiva, the destroyer in the Hindu Trinity. The Indian Empire reached Arabia in 200 BCE, and many Eastern ideas, practices, and even architecture flooded into the whole Middle East due to ancient trade route called the Silk Road. In Mosul, ISIS militants marked with a spray-painted the Arabic letter for N on all Christian property to be seized after their ultimatum. The symbol is the first letter of the Arabic word for Christian, Nasrani, Nasari, or Nasara, Nasari, Natsarim, often seen as Nazarene in Israel today. Christian tourists are called Natsarim, or Natsarim. Yeah. Okay. I was planning on reading Natsarim, Nasrani, Nazarenes. Is JESUS the Antichrist? But I will have to do that in a video later. I have a lot of work to do today, and I have to clean up space in my tablet here so that I have enough room to make more videos for you guys. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I wish Bella could come on screen, but she's sleeping in my lap. I love you all, Mishpaka. Keep following the commandments, following the Torah. Shalom and blessings. Yahuwah bless you all.